Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. This is Casual Talk here. Today, I'm going to be talking about how delusional and how uneducated, ignorant, closed minded a lot of people in today's society are in this generation, especially because of social media. Do you know? I'm going to educate you guys for those who did not know or didn't simply just Google and did their research and just looked at the math and just get off of social media. Then look at the people around you. The average American today, depending on the state where you live and your career, the average salary, meaning the majority, the average, not the rare quantity, the average American salary as of April 2023 is between $50,000 to $60,000 a year. The reason why I'm bringing this video up is because I was just on a video that was uploaded by the Tribe of Men where he reacted to interviews of different girls asking what is like the minimum income that they need for from their husband or a man so they could be taken care of. A lot of them were so delusional and so stupid that it sounded like they weren't taught properly on how income works, how salary works, how net works, gross income. It's like they did not calculate it or took the time to be realistic. That the man or my husband, because that's the number one goal that we should set ourselves on: marriage. My husband finances shouldn't reflect on our relationship. Not one female or not one girl had said anything like that. She didn't say as long as he makes enough to take care of the bills and the kids and the home, I'm good. And myself in case, because it's supposed to be until sickness and in health. But with how this generation is, it's just so sad and pathetic that a lot of them are so close minded. They got Instagram, TikTok, OnlyFans stuck in their brain and in their mind that there's like a particular lifestyle that they see all these other people are having, when in reality, a lot of these people are in debt. They're putting themselves in debt. And I'm at work right now. I could just show you. I'm not trying to blast anyone. Look at that. Some of my coworkers are driving nice vehicles. Some of them could have them paid off, but majority of the time, if it's brand new, they're leasing it or they're borrowing it from a family member, or a family member got it for them. And in the majority of cases, a lot of people in America are leasing their cars, rent to own, or they're just renting it because it's so easy to do that rather than actually buy and spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on a brand new car. Most people in America is not making that much money like that. Instead of them or one of them actually being realistic, like, okay, I'm going to be realistic, but he just needs to make enough for me to feel taken care of, where he could take care of the kids and the family and the house, and that's it. Enough where they could feel comfortable. But a lot of the women from all these interviews where they're being reviewed on the street, on campus, wherever, right? The ones that say, oh, my husband needs to make over 300,000, 500,000, a million. They are so delusional and so lost that they don't understand the amount of time, work, and effort that it takes many men to even make that kind of money. And most men in today's time, in this generation, even the majority, many people in America is not going to make over $100,000. If I was to make about 80K, 90K a year, I'm fine with that. My wife never even had that expectation. What she was looking for from a husband is someone she could be protected by. She feels that, okay, as long as you make enough for us to get by, take care of the bills and stuff, I'm good. Security. a family man. Everything else should come after. But the sad thing is that this is what happens when you raise a generation of young adults into social media, into TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, even YouTube. They see this lifestyle of all these celebrity couples and they live in the land of delusion, especially because of how women are also treated and pedestaled in society. And I blame the men as well because both parties are at fault, the men and the women. You are both enabling each other into a delusion, to a fairy tale. And then the moment you get off your smartphone, you're working at Burger King, you're working at McDonald's, you're working at KFC. You're not being realistic with yourself. I knew people who had a PhD who was a taxi driver. I knew people who was in college paying off their debt, working minimum wage. I had many coworkers that finished college. They did not get the job that they wanted, and they're making average salary, even below average. Because you have the people that work in warehouses, you have the people that works in restaurants, you have the chefs, the cooks, you have a lot of people within the labor force, that average job. Not a career, a job, because majority of people is not going to have a career. Just straight facts. This is just being realistic. Most women are not going to find a man that's going to make over $100,000 a year. It's just not going to happen. And if it does happen and you stumble across these type of men, most cases, these same type of men, if they have the option to do so, they will use you. Especially if there's a lot of women that are going after the exact same type of guy. The delusion is unbelievable and it's sad. I have a son and I have a daughter. You think I'm going to teach my daughter this stupidity, this crap that all these freaking brainless, mindless, delusional women are learning today and inheriting off of the internet, off of Instagram, off of TikTok? Oh my gosh, he has so much money. Oh, I want that type of lifestyle. This generation is so superficial, so lost. I drive an average car, and I'm just gonna be real with y'all. You ever notice that there's a lot of rich, wealthy people that don't even drive luxury cars? You ever notice that they don't dress to stand out, but they only dress on certain occasions? They bring their certain cars on certain occasions. Why do you have to feel like you have to live to prove yourself to people that does not care about you? Why do you have to feel that your value is in a lifestyle that's not going to matter when you're on your deathbed? I'm going to preach the exact same thing day by day. I don't care if anyone was to even think that I'll go against that or change my mind. I'm not changing my mind for nobody. This is being called a realist person, realistic. And I vouch for minimalist people because the minimalist lifestyle is when a person minimize all the possessions and things that they got. They live smart. They don't live by luxury or items or flashy clothes, flashy sneakers, nice cars. They don't live like that. They live by their mind, finances, bills, prioritizing responsibilities over luxury, prioritizing responsibilities over going to Dubai to get flown out. You know who I'm talking about. Instagram models, the OnlyFans models, the ones who calls themselves models, but in reality, they're prostitutes. They're online prostitutes. They're prostitutes in general because you're selling your body for cash. If you gotta go that far to think that you're gonna make that much money, you gotta sell your body, then a lot of women are gonna feel from each other that that's all that they gotta offer. And it's pathetic. When I met my wife, she came with a wife mentality, wife oriented, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, very loving, affectionate, traditional. And you cannot find that many women that are traditional today. And from what I've seen from those videos, I understand that there's many women out there who wants a family, who wants a husband, but are you also wifey material? Some people don't take the time to self-reflect and look at the things that they want. And if the things that they want, can you offer that also to your partner? Then you have to place yourself in another man's shoes to see how hard it is to obtain over $100,000 a year. There's probably less than 10% of men today, the average man today, less than 10% is probably making over 500 or $400,000 a year. You see how people say that there's an 80-20 rule involved, especially on the dating apps, is because of social media. Social media is like poison. It's like toxic. Once you get it, you have it grab your mind. It locks on you. It locks on your mentality. And once you're a slave to your mind, that's a dangerous person. And it's not only that it's dangerous. That's the type of person you can't even trust. That's what I mean by dangerous. They could switch up on you for money. They could switch up on you for clout. They could switch up on you for fame. Things that don't matter when you get old. How is that satisfying? What purpose is there fulfilling for something that you want to grab that someone else worked so hard for? What makes you think you deserve it? This is for both men and women. There's women who wants a man who's rich, who makes that much money. But then realistically, most men out here on average is not making that much money. I hear there's cases of women that says that they want a man who's handsome, over 6 foot, but they're less than 10, the less than about 20 to 10% of men in the United States alone is over 6 foot or above. There's not many tall men in the world. If majority of men today were tall and they had money, six pack, 6 foot or above, you think many people would be happy? This is a dog eat dog world. This world is competitive. And day by day, as technology advances, it's going to get harder and harder. And I already can see it. We're not moving backwards. Traditionalism is alive in some two-parent households that shares that example of a husband and a wife. And I don't hear many women at my job, at my local grocery store, at Walmart, anywhere you go, I don't see them around with fathers like that, or not fathers, but like a husband where they're in the role of a wife. I don't even see many families like that. I see and hear about relationships, situationships, all this stupidness. This is where we are at in 2023. And you think me, I'm a father myself, a father of two. You think I'm gonna want to place my kids in that position? For my son to think that he needs to have flashy clothes, flashy cars, bust his behind for trash, for a tramp, for a hoe, a woman who, oh, my body is the table. What? Are you kidding me? Your body is the table? If that's all you're offering, then what else did you do in your past relationships? Because I'm saying that because many people today aren't even a virgin. It is a dime and rare to find a modest woman who is a virgin. On top of that, was raised in a two-parent household and who is saving her virginity for a marriage so she can have family, have children, be family oriented, modest, reserved. How many people you know today has that type of mindset? How many men you know today who has that same mindset? Because there's men out there who wants a woman like that, but they're not modest themselves. There's men I could also throw under the bus with too. I'm just gonna keep it real. It's not only the women's fault, it's also the men's fault as well. It's a cause and effect. And I'm just gonna be real. I'm not gonna blame one gender. But yes, is one gender the majority to blame because of social media? Yes, because a lot of people and a lot of simps put a lot of women today on a high pedestal that they don't deserve to be on because they're not God. There's only one God. I'm going to stick to that belief. At the end of the day, it's just sad and it's just pathetic that all I see is mindless zombies, teenagers, young adults on their smartphones. The way they dress today are horrors. They look like carbon copies of each other. Even dudes are starting to be in the exact same boat. Trends, following trends, the new swag, the new sneakers, the new fashion. Not just trying to be set apart, just be normal, be regular dude. Get a personality. Go to the gym. Like, not even go to the gym because you don't have to go to the gym. You could have your gym at home. I believe in working out at home. It just works for me. If that don't work for you, fine. By all means, that's your lifestyle. That's your choice. That's your decision. That's how you want to roll. But at the same time, like I said, It's scary and sad how delusional this generation is. I could only imagine how it's going to be 20 years from now. The national average American female, alone and depressed, thinking that she's settling down, when in reality, many men on average, making 40, 50, $60,000 a year. Unless you want to be a whore and then destroy your marriage and keep monkey branches for money instead of looking at the person for who they are. Quality over quantity. They're looking at the numbers, but not the person or not the individual. Me and my wife came together with the same exact values and mindset. Sure, there was ups and downs, there was problems, but at the exact same time, we came to be realistic on realistic terms, to learn, to grow together. And you don't hear many marriages or people do that like that anymore. It's more of, oh, this is what I want. But then what do you have to offer? No, you don't. They're just stuttering. They don't even know. They never took the time to think about what they could offer into the relationship. They only thought about themselves because that's what they were used to believing, to thinking that that's all they gotta give. And then they never took the time to be a husband or a wife, especially women, how they are today. Because let's just make it real. Society and this American culture, this hookup culture, made it about the women. But at the exact same time, a lot of women are also being damaged and played at the exact same time and hurting themselves even more in the end of the day. Stay off of social media and Instagram. Take a break from it because all this clout chasing, this lifestyle, it's not going to do you no good at all. People don't even know how to love truly anymore, be in a relationship, building a relationship. You don't need to always take so much selfies all the time to prove that you love one another. You don't gotta do all that. Back then, that's how high quality relationships was. There was no cell phone, there was no technology, no such thing as Instagram. People actually focused on each other. They were able to connect like that. All that money and stuff came after. Because at the end of the day, if you're still taken care of and the man shows you that he loves you, why does everything else should matter? Same for men. There's good women out there too, loyal. She doesn't have to have an Instagram model thought body, bro. She don't, because all those things are in vain. But like I said, in the end of the day, both parties are guilty of this. Stay off social media, guys. There's nothing out there for you to think that, oh, this is the lifestyle that I want. Everybody's not gonna have that lifestyle. You just gotta wake up and be realistic, make better decisions on a career or a path that you wish to take, and then take things from there. People gotta treat a person on character, responsibility, rather than the quantity or the lifestyle that they have or what they're trying to live for. Because this is the sad reality. A lot of people are not even traditional because they're not living for God. God is the author and the creation of marriage. This is why so many households and marriages and relationships are falling apart today. This is Casual Talk here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.